One by one by one. We're in an era where we don't call our ships queens, nor are they built in British Columbia for British Columbia. But as we wish you well in your new life, I hope you'll think of us in our new life. So, bon voyage. Thank you very much for giving us all the service. You're a fine old girl.
Thank you very much, Richard. We'll have Captain Lomax come up for a few words. Good morning. I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. I'll be brief. I'm just going to talk briefly about some of our crews and some of the things that have happened over the years. Today is a proud day in both my life and career to be honored to be the last serving master on board the Queen of Prince Rupert. The last few days have been both emotional and at some time joyful, as the crews and I, along with a few of the passengers who have traveled on board the Queen of Prince Rupert on a regular basis, have spent time reminiscing, telling stories and lies of good days and days gone past, the tough times and some of the sad times. But all stories come to an end, and today, in recognition of the North Coast's longest serving vessel, we're here to say goodbye to the Queen of Prince Rupert. There have been many BC Ferry employees who have over the years worked on board the Queen of Prince Rupert during her 43 years, serving the North and Central coasts. Some crew members came to earn a few dollars for school during the summers. There have been layoffs and employees bumped into positions available here. In 1977, the Department of Highways had some crew come to the vessel after their positions were made redundant. Some employees requested to come here. Some came to learn a trade. Some came because of the 14 days on and 14 day off schedule. Some because it felt like you were at sea. Some because they wanted to expand their professional horizons within the BC ferries. And some because they just didn't know any better. But the one thing that they all had in common was that when they left, and many have come and gone only to return later like myself, all of them left with at least one tale, a story, a lifelong memory, or in many cases, lots of tales, stories, and lifelong memories. During these years, lifelong friendships have formed, loves have blossomed. There have been weddings, births, and funerals brought about by relationships that began on board the Queen of Prince Rupert. There are lasting camaraderies that cannot be matched anywhere within the company. The days of crews traveling up to Kelsey Bay on changeover day and on an old ratty bus, followed by the crews traveling home in a more light-hearted spirit, having made a stop at the local beverage store, having a great old time and being poured off the bus in Nanaimo. Those days have long since passed. The famous layovers in Prince Rupert on Tuesday nights, when the cooks used to put on a Chinese smorgasbord followed by a Boston cream pie, the crew then going ashore for an evening in the local Legion, or a trip to the movies because it was half-price Tuesday. There were the good times in the hub of the vessel, the crew's recreation room, where many a social gathering and theme parties were held. This was long before videos and DVDs came on the scene. We made our own entertainment and responsible for our actions. The good cheer, and above all, the feeling of being among family when away from family, was always a reassuring feeling. There were the times when we had beach parties and used the Queen of Prince Rupert's lifeboats to transport the crews to those wonderful afternoon and evenings. The pride and competition between the watches, which at many times was fierce, the good-hearted ribbing and the pranks that have been pulled on unsuspecting crew members over the years could fill a bucket.